Hello and welcome to FPL Mate, your best mate for fantasy Premier League content for the 2021-22 season. My name is Dan. Let's just update the chat there. And it is D-Day. It is the final day of the season. Oh my God, we made it. We made it. We made it to the final day of the season, guys. Like, congratulations to you. Like, I want to say, on a real, so many FPL players drop out before the end of the season. So many people do not last until the end. But here you guys are, right now, still, I don't know if you're enjoying it necessarily, but you're here. You survived until the end of the season, and I'm hoping you guys are ready to go. Now, I am feeling actually really, really relaxed, really calm today. The pressure is kind of off me completely after two pretty horrendous game weeks, and you know, I'm in actually really good spirits, to be fair, because I'm going to the Arsenal game today, so I'm not going to be too focused on FPL stuff because I'll be at a game of football. I'm going to be pretty much guaranteed my best ever FPL finish. I think I need to drop something like 200 points if I'm going to drop rank. So it's like pretty much guaranteed. Like, unless I somehow score 200 points below average this week, which for some reason I can't see happening. I think I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. So I'm just going to be very, very positive. I'm going to probably make some pretty instinctive transfers right at the last minute, just based on gut, based on instinct, and based on vibes. I'm thinking about, because I'm going to the Arsenal game, I'm thinking about tripling up on Arsenal, bringing in Ramsdale there, maybe bringing in Nketiah or someone like that. And at the same time, because the Spurs situation, and I want Spurs to lose today, but it's just not going to happen. I'm thinking about tripling up on Spurs as well, so I pretty much guaranteed a win in any stretch of the imagination. So I'm just going to have some fun, guys, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are on for your best ever finish as well. Just stay calm. Like, if you're doing better than you were last year by a decent amount, then there's nothing really to worry about. There's nothing, you can only win. So just enjoy it. It's gonna be a fun one. Joe O says, where are you sitting at the Arsenal, Dan? Like in block 100 and something. I'm up in the skies. But yeah, no, if you do catch me at the game, do make sure you come over and say hi. It'd be cool to meet some fellow FPL heads, particularly after the game, and we can kind of reflect on all the results. That would be pretty interesting. Might even do a little mini meetup, maybe outside the ground after the game, if anyone else is up for that. But yeah, we'll talk about that on Twitter. But yeah, I think it could be pretty cool to do a little meetup after. But guys, we are streaming slightly earlier today because it's because I'm going to be disappearing off. I've got to leave my house at about 1 p.m. 2 p.m. 2 p.m. I've got to leave my house at 2 p.m. So I'm going to try and hop off about quarter to 2, which is in about an hour's time. So it's going to be an earlier stream. I'm not going to go all the way to deadline. I can only apologise for that, but like, it's the final day of the season. I know I probably should be working hard and just staying concentrated on FPL content, but there is just so many FPL content creators going wild with streams today that I'm sure there's going to be plenty of stuff for you guys to watch and catch up on. So yeah, just enjoy the FPL content, enjoy the football. It's going to be a good one. Right, Blue to Ireland, the super chat here says Diaz, Jota, Kulo or Bowen in for a -4 for Coutinho. I do think all of those players are worth a -4. I would be leaning towards, I think, Diaz or Bowen, to be fair. Diaz looks like a really good pick for this game week. I wouldn't mind having him in my own team, but I don't hate any of my midfielders enough to do it. So yeah, Diaz or Bowen. Diaz is possibly the one to go for. If money is no issue, then yeah, Diaz could be pretty nice, Giandre says, hey Dan, who do you prefer, Maddison, Bowen or Mount? I think I prefer Mount out of those three, to be fair. I think I prefer Mount. I think he's I'm for some reason I'm pretty confident in Mount today. I feel like that could be a good one. I'm a pretty happy Mount owner. Definitely wasn't a happy Mount owner in game week 37, but this game week feeling a little bit more positive. A few people asking about KDB as a captain. I mean, it's not a bad captain, don't get me wrong. It's not a bad captain at all, but it's not a captain I'm really even considering. I mean, I can afford, I've got loads of money in the bank. I can afford to get KDB. I could do maybe like a Zaha to KDB and then captain him, but I'm not really that interested. I think I'd rather go on the Spurs players. I'd rather have Son. I'd rather have Kane. I think Son and Kane are the two premiums to have this game week, to be honest. But that's just the way it is. We've got a fantastic game for Spurs against Norwich. You know, you can just see it being a 4-5-0, really. I mean, like, I keep saying this over and over again, but the last day of the season is the big one. It is the big one. Oh, hang on, I've got just my dad ringing me midstream. Hang on. No, I'm not going to answer. I'm going to message him. Hang on. I'm taking my dad to the Arsenal game today because it was his birthday on Thursday. Tanky says, will we see your team after the deadline on Twitter? Yes, definitely. I will be posting it. I might even post it before the deadline, to be honest, but it will be over on Twitter, not on the stream. Saberscope says, thinking about De Bruyne to Kane. So best 7.7 or lower midfielder. I already have Saka and Mount. I don't know if I'd be making the move from De Bruyne to Kane, to be honest. I don't know. Like, obviously, I do prefer Kane to De Bruyne, but I don't prefer him so much that I would use a transfer. Like, I think at a certain point, you kind of just have to look at your team, and if you like the players you have already, maybe just stick with them. Like, you know, like, you never know what's going to happen on the final day of the season, and it could be a situation where Kane outscores De Bruyne could outscore Kane. It's very difficult to say, and like, at the end of the day, every transfer is valuable. Now more than ever, you're using a transfer that has got to only benefit you for this game week, and if you've got players in your team, like, for example, I've got players like Richarlison, Ings, Cash, any of those that I remove, I'm going to be improving my team. So that's kind of what I'd be looking to do with my transfers. Not removing any players I don't like, and removing players that I'm not removing players I do like or don't mind, but taking out players that are actually no good for the game week. Because also at the same time, there's every chance that there might be a little bit of rotation today. I can see a little bit of rotation happening, to be honest. So in that sense, we might actually depend on our bench a little bit, potentially. Calvin Fernandez says says FPL Harry and Ross Raptor heard Mount is injured because he took the 7th pen versus Liverpool. Okay, I kind of see what you mean, but I don't know. He was on the bench midweek. You know, if he was injured, he wouldn't be on the bench, would he? So I don't know. I think that's an interesting theory. That was over a week ago. Remember as well when that happened. And he stayed on the pitch, didn't he, Mount? So, yeah, I'm not sure I'm convinced by that one, but, you know, we'll see. I'm still very confident in Mount, to be honest. GW says, why not start Schmeichel? It's pretty much a coin toss at this point, Ramsdale versus Schmeichel, but I think I'm just going to play Ramsdale because I'm going to be at the game and I'm an Arsenal fan. And like I said, the pressure is so off for me. The pressure is so off that I'm just pretty much going to play for the vibes this week. I even thought about actually potentially getting you guys to decide my transfer and captain for the week, and then I thought, you know, maybe that's a little bit too crazy, and I'll rather wait until after the stream finishes anyway and see if there's any team leaks or anything like that, which will impact my transfer decisions, of course. I'm waiting for team leaks really before I make my moves, and I don't want to commit to a move suggested by you guys just because, you know, just for the vibes when it could turn out that those players might not even be playing if we get some early news. Thomas in the super chat says, I would like your honest opinion here. I'm trying to catch out 20 points, have 3 players they don't have, thinking either Zaha to Bowen, Zaha already one of the differentials, or Richarlison to Tony going to be first on the bench. Well, if you're doing Richarlison to Tony, I probably would play Tony. I think Tony's a pretty good shout for this game week. So I'd be well up for going for Tony if you kind of fancy that. You know, Zaha to Bowen is okay. It's not really a move I've looked at. I think Zaha could actually do okay versus Manchester United. I think Manchester United could have a pretty tragic game week, to be honest. And remember, Crystal Palace, when they play at home, they're a pretty decent side. And so it's only going to take a bit of Zaha magic, which is very, very possible, you know, or a penalty or something like that. And you're going to be in the point. So Zaha is a player I would try and keep if possible, unless there's a play you just desperately want. So Richarlison to Tony looks a little bit better to me, to be honest. Jandre says, thanks for all the content this season, Dan. You helped me reach my best rank of 65k. Still 1 game week to go. Looking forward to 22-23. Well, thank you so much, Jandre. It's been a pleasure having you in the streams all season. It's nice to see you're here for the final day as well. Simon Ho says, hi Dan, Kane or Vardy, please? Thanks. Kane, I do prefer Kane. If you want to go a little bit differential, though, I can understand why you'd want to go for Vardy. Or, there's an option I have in my team where I can go like Danny Ings and Matty Cash to Vardy and Sessegnon, who I'd quite like to have. But that's the only reason I do that is because I would want to get, I want to make sure I have a third Spurs player. So if you are kind of not on 3 Spurs players right now, I would be making an effort to try and get 3 Spurs players. The top 4 are Son, Kane, probably Sessegnon after that, and then Kulusevski. Maybe after that you can consider an Emerson, but really I would just be looking at Kane, Son, Kulu, and Sessegnon really as the main players. So if you can get 3 of those going into this final game week, I think you're actually on for a good one. So yeah. Kugan Raj says, Maddison versus Barnes, who to bring in a free hit? Well, Maddison is definitely the player with the higher ceiling who typically does get those massive hauls, and we've seen that in recent games as well. But Barnes was rested midweek, and he's a little bit cheaper. So if money is an issue, Barnes, it looks like a good shout. If money is no issue, it's kind of up to you. Do you want to take a punt on Maddison, in the hope that he plays again? And in which case, you're probably on for a good one. Maddison, if they both play, Maddison is the better pick. But, I can understand the argument for going for Barnes there as well. Sophie Watts says, happy last day of the season, Dan. Thank you for all the content. Here's to another cracking year of FPL, mate. Well, thank you so much, Sophie. It's been an absolute pleasure seeing you in the chats all year round. It really has been brilliant. And just thank you so much for the journey. I'm so glad you appreciate it. And thank you, guys, thank you so much for the very generous super chats. I really appreciate you guys so much. You don't have to do this. It really is amazing. I appreciate the hell out of all of you guys. And yeah, looking forward to doing some more stuff, doing some more exciting stuff, and trying to bring you guys more of the stuff that you want. So I've got some really, really big and interesting projects coming up over the summer and the new season that I really hope you guys are going to enjoy. Thomas says, have a nice day. Good to see you. And here's a beer on me. Oh, thank you so much, Thomas. I appreciate that, man. I'll make sure I cash in that beer at the Arsenal pub this afternoon. Adit Gamerstein says, good luck for top 100. Oh, thank you, mate. I'm going to need it. It's not looking very likely, but it is possible for me. I think I'm about 25, 30 points outside the top 100 at the moment, which, going by the last few game weeks, it's definitely a possibility, but we'll see what happens. But on to your question, Salah, Saka and Dennis to Tony, Son captain and Mount. What other options you prefer buying? 35 points behind league leader. I like those moves. I think you've improved your team there. I would maybe considering not doing the Saka move and just keeping Saka instead of going for Mount. But Salah and Dennis to Tony and Son looks pretty good to me. If you can afford to do that, and I think you can based on what you've said, just do the Tony and Son move potentially. You save yourself a -4 point hit there. So you're already 4 points up. And Saka, I think, could do very well against Everton. We're expecting Everton to rest some players. So there's every chance Saka just comes alive and Mount maybe doesn't play, maybe flops. I don't know. Saka could actually be a really good pick for this game week potentially, and maybe that's my Arsenal bias, but if you are keeping Saka, like myself, I will be cheering him on from the stands just for all of your guys' sake. Let's move on. I'm hoping I'm getting all of these super chats, by the way, guys, because quite a few have come in. I'm so sorry if I miss any. We've got one from Ryan Hickey here, says, thanks for all... can't even speak. Thanks for the help throughout the year. You kept my interest throughout this year, which only led to my best ever rank. Amazing, mate. Thanks, Dan. Looking forward to next year already. Cheers, Ryan. And yeah, I think that's all part of it, mate. Honestly, it's all about just staying interested. If you can stay interested throughout a whole year, for the first time, and see what you can achieve and what rank you can get just by sticking at it, it really is quite crazy how far you can go. So congratulations on your best ever season. It's very, very good to hear. Ben Story says, hi Dan, my front three is Ings, Richie and Weghorst, which won't get any points. Yeah, you're kind of right there, my friend. Is Nketiah the only safe forward this week? I'm priced out of Kane. Well, I'll definitely be considering Tony. I think Tony is probably the number one target, I would say, out of the forwards this week, aside from Kane. It's probably, in terms of forwards we're targeting this week, it goes Kane, Tony, and then after that you maybe consider an Nketiah, or you maybe consider a Callum Wilson as a last day punt kind of thing. Could be pretty fun. I don't know. Yeah, those are kind of the players I'd be looking at, but Tony is probably your friend there, to be honest, if you're just if you're looking for a player. Chelsea, thank you very much for the super sticker there, and thank you Ian as well for the super sticker. I'm not sure if you have any messages there, but I'll try and keep an eye out for you guys in the chat. I think that's me caught up on super chats. Fantastic news. Let's see if we can answer some of the questions from some of the other guys, because I'm going to try and stick with answering your questions this stream. I don't want to talk about my team this week. I'm sure you're probably bored of hearing about my team this year, to be honest. Vardy too. Yeah, that's a really good shout, Michael. Yeah, Vardy is definitely one of the big targets for this game week. If you can afford Vardy, then that's potentially a really good move for you as well. Tao101 says -4 to take out Salah for KDB/Mane, even if I'm captaining Son. I'm 3 points behind the league leader, and he's got one fire to put out, which is Salah. Yeah, I think I would be removing Salah just to be safe, to be honest. KDB and Mane would be the main targets there. I'm not sure who I prefer out of KDB and Mane. I think I would maybe consider going for a Mane there. They're both good options. Like, what is your gut telling you? Do you fancy KDB or Mane? That's kind of up to you. But would I take the -4? Yes, I would. I would go for that. I know a few people kind of suspecting that Salah might start, but you know, most predictions are saying that Salah is not going to start today. Most predictions are saying he is still injured and maybe at best is going to come off the bench. And you don't really want to be stuck with a 1-pointer from a 13 million player when you can get a Son, when you can get a De Bruyne, when you can get a Mane, when you can get a lot better for your money. But yeah, Mane and De Bruyne in terms of midfielders are definitely ones to keep an eye on. Kane as a forward is a big one as well. Gray B says, start Richarlison or Mateta? I would think I would start... It's difficult because I'm not 100% sure if Richarlison's going to start or not. I think he could, but I'm not 100% sure just because he's played so many games recently, and we know that Lampard is going to rotate in this game. So it's a difficult shout. I think Mateta is probably more likely to play, but again, you're not even 100% sure on him. So Richarlison probably has the bigger upside. If he plays, you think that he could possibly get something against the Arsenal. But you know, maybe Mateta has got a better chance. It's a really difficult one, Gravy. I would have considered flipping a coin for that one. Craig Campbell says, happy last day, Dan. Bit of cracking season and going to get top 10k. Got a great chance to win my mini leagues thanks to you. Well, congratulations, Craig. That sounds like you're doing a wonderful job. Hope you've recovered from last Monday now. Here's to another great season. Well, yeah, I've just about recovered, to be honest. But, you know, we go again next season. But, yeah, thank you so much, Craig. I really appreciate that. Very, very generous super chat. Like, you're an absolute legend, mate. Absolute legend. What else? We've got super sticker from Salem. So thank you very much, my friend. Simon Ho says, last one, Dan. Last one of the season. Let's go, baby. Last one. Zaha or Barnes/Maddison. If you've already got Zaha, I think I would keep him. I don't know if I don't think I'd take a -4 to go from Zaha to Barnes or Maddison. I don't think I'd take a -4 for that. If it's a free transfer, then yeah, maybe Zaha to Maddison. I'm not incredibly enthusiastic about that one, to be honest. Like, I think you can afford to keep Zaha, really. I don't think there's any problem with keeping Zaha. But it's something you can consider if you really feel strongly about going for one of those other players. Pingu in the super chat says Pope versus Schmeichel in goal, and which midfield lineup would you pick out of these two options? So first of all, let's do the Pope versus Schmeichel. I think we go for Schmeichel out of those two. I know Pope has got a lot more to play for, but Newcastle are a very difficult team. It's a tricky team to play against at the moment, and you know, you kind of feel like Newcastle will score. And then you've got two options there in terms of your midfield. You've got Son, Mount, Gordon, and Brownhill. I mean, Gordon and Brownhill is not really what you want, I don't think. Or you've got Zaha, Bowen, Mount, and Saka. If I'm honest, I think Zaha, Bowen, and Saka are going to outscore Son, Gordon, and Brownhill. Like, Gordon and Brownhill really just do not expect anything from them, really, at all. And, you know, Zaha, Bowen, Saka could be pretty good. I think they could even go as far as to outscore Son. And you say you've already got Kane. You already got Tony as well. So, yeah, I mean, you've got the armband you can put on Kane. I think I would go for option B there, because you don't really... In an ideal world, like particularly how valuable the midfielders are likely to be this game week, I think this is going to be a midfield masterclass this game week, to be honest. I'll be looking to play 5 midfielders, and I would be looking to play 5 expensive midfielders as well, if you possibly can. So hopefully that's helpful to you. What else have we got in here? We've got one from Ian who says, trying again. Hey, tuning in from Norway. Good luck. Oh, thank you so much, Ian. Good luck to you. And, you know, good luck to all of you guys over in Norway, obviously, as well. People from Norway are typically very good FPL players. It's one of the highest quality of FPL. I reckon, on average, the average Norwegian FPL player He's probably much better than the average English player or anywhere else really in the world. So good luck, Ian. But I don't think you probably don't need it. It's in your blood to be good at FPL. RG Hoop says, hi Dan, Salah, Trent and Richarlison out for Son, KDB and Tony. Also, why don't you have any Chelsea defence? I just don't have any. I just never bought any. So I just never really found an opportunity to hop on them. And I've kind of been trying to avoid their trolliness, to be honest. Maybe I probably should have gone for Alonso a few game weeks ago, but I didn't. As for the last game week, I think there's going to be some rotation. I don't think Reece James is going to play, if I'm honest, in this final game week. And I think Alonso is kind of, a touch and go as well. I think it's really risky, those Chelsea defenders in this final game week. So I'm kind of glad in this game week I don't have the stress of having those Chelsea players, I guess. Would I be taking out Trent? Probably not. I would want to keep Trent, but certainly Salah and Richarlison I'd consider. But it sounds like the only way of you getting both Son and KDB is to take out Trent as well. I would maybe just go for Son and Tony. You can transfer out Salah and Richarlison for Son and Tony. And keep Trent and don't worry about KDB. I think there's every chance of Trent scoring the same amount as KDB. If this season has got anything to tell you, it's that Trent Alexander-Arnold can match Kevin De Bruyne, can match Heung-min Son, can match a Salah on any given game week. So I don't think I'd be looking to lose. Trent this game week. Got a few people in the Norway gang by the sounds of things. Brad Carroll says 2 free transfers. Was going to take a -8 to Son, to Salah to Son, Werner to Tony, Gordon to Diaz, and Cash to Tavares, or to Sessegnon. What thoughts on that? I mean, for a -8, that's actually one of the better -8s I've seen. I probably would not make that final move. I think, if you can do a -4 and just not take Sessegnon, I think that could be okay. But then again, if you think Sessegnon's going to do very well this game, we're going to outscore the other two by 4 points, then actually I kind of back it. So, all right, Brad. Let's say yes. Let's say yes to that -8. I like what you're thinking there. It looks pretty good. Right, let's. Oh god, we got loads of messages today, guys. I appreciate you guys so much. I honestly, to be fair, I don't even really understand why so many of you guys are tuning in. There's so many good quality FPL streams going on right this second, and the fact that you've chosen to view this one is just an absolute honour. I appreciate you guys so much. Jake Fiore says, thanks for the season, mate. 20 points off leader with triple captain still to play. Son, nice, like it. Do you think it's worth the -4 to do Mateta to Tony or even Gordon to Eriksen? Mateta to Tony, I kind of like that, but maybe I like Gordon to Eriksen more. I kind of like both of those moves. Yeah, I like both of those moves. Maybe Gordon to Eriksen is the one, because Mateta could actually do okay and might not be a bad bench option to have. So Gordon to Eriksen, it's really punty. It's a little bit more differential than going for Tony. But you never know. It's this, you say you've got 20 points off the leader. You've got your triple captain, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to take you all the way unless Son has a mega haul. Might take that little bit of spice to do the business. Yash says James / Laporte to Sessegnon. Kind of like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. I maybe go Laporte to Sessegnon just because James, if he does play, has just got a very high ceiling in this game. Like a super high ceiling, to be fair. I just don't think he will play, but if he does, it's going to be mad. And then Gordon to Bowen, like that. Yeah, I like that. Yash, you're on for a winner there, mate. Good luck for the final game week. Oh, I know, I hope Arsenal win. Well, thank you very much. I hope Arsenal win too, but I'm not too enthusiastic. Ross Wheeler has given me his team here. I'm just going to read it. And he says, who to bring in for Zaha, Pukki, and /Ings. Well, you've got Tony there. Tony is a good option to take in for Pukki or Ings. Maybe Ings down to Tony. That looks like a good transfer. Zaha I would keep, on the other hand. If you want to remove both Pukki and Ings, then maybe you could go for Tony and Nketiah, maybe? Because you haven't got Nketiah already. That could work. But Zaha I would actually be fine to keep. I think you're actually good to keep Zaha. I'll probably say this a few times this stream, to be fair. So a few of you guys Kind of looking at selling Zaha. I like him for this game week. I mean, I bought him last game week with the intention of playing him this game week as well, because I thought it could be a pretty spicy move. Thomas says, should I captain Son and count on differentials to make up the points I need, or should I captain Kane and cross fingers? If you really just desperately do want to make a difference and you're just not satisfied at all with your rank at the moment, then I would consider captaining Son. But I mean, the sensible captain... No, I would captain Kane, sorry. The sensible captain is Son. Like, there's no shadow of a doubt there. Son is the captain sensible this week, but Kane is, like, not mega differential, but differential enough that could make a bit of an impact there if he ends up doing a little bit better than Son. So, yeah. Killian Coleman says... Maddison, Bowen or Zaha. Also Salah to Mane for a -4. I don't know if I'd necessarily be bringing in Zaha this game week. I think he'll do well, but I mean, the week to get him really was last game week. I think I'd prefer Bowen to Maddison if I'm completely honest, but that's not to say Maddison's a bad shout. Salah to Mane for a -4, I think I would do. Yeah, I think I would do. What's the Mo Salah situation? We don't know for sure, but the predictions wildly say that we're expecting Salah to be... thoroughly benched today. But that's just predictions. It's just predictions. Olivier says... Oh, well, he hasn't said anything. He's just given me a £5 super sticker. So thank you very much, Olivier. I appreciate that, my friend. That's very generous of you. Carles says... Chasing 15 points difference among rival team is his Salah Saka Matip versus my KDB, Richarlison, Alonso. We both have Son. What move would you make to cover the gap? I would take out Richarlison and probably go for, like... Well, I keep saying Tony. You know, it's a 15-point difference. Is he going to go for Tony as well? Probably not. Maybe he does. If you think he's going to go for Tony, maybe go differential and go for, like, a Wilson. But yeah, Richarlison to Tony looks like the obvious transfer for you. He's definitely got the Salah problem to contend with. So he's probably going to take Salah to KDB or Salah to Mane. But yeah, you'll have to see, I guess. Just kind of, you know, I think, yeah, Richarlison is. I mean, yeah, you probably don't want to have him. You probably don't want to have him, even though he is one of your differentials there. Nidish Manny says, liked your advice, man. Last week I jumped first in my mini league. Oh, wow. Well, fair play for going into first. Following you since last season. Thanks, FPL Mate. Should I keep Salah or bring in Son and Tony? I would bring in Son and Tony. We're pretty much Tony gang today, aren't we? Pretty much Tony gang. By the way, guys, I am trying to read as many messages as possible. Those of you guys who are saying lovely things, I am reading it. I appreciate you guys so much. You're absolute legends. I really do appreciate it. In terms of leaks, right, should we have a look to see if we've got any leaks yet? Ben Story in the super chat says, Luis Diaz or Foden, keep up the great work. I'll go for Luis Diaz, Ben. Go for Luis Diaz. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see if we've got anything. Wait, am I on the right? No, I'm not. I'm not on the right screen. All right, let's just go here and see if we've got anything at all. It just seems like memes at the moment, which is all good fun. Yeah, I don't know. If you guys see any team news, of course, do let me know. But can't see anything. I mean, we know that Ronaldo's not going to be playing. Don't know what else. Don't know what else. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Right, back to the chat. Back to the chat. David Jones says, thanks for your content this season. Have a pint on me. Cheers. Oh, thank you so much, David. I appreciate that. I will definitely take you up on that pint. Thank you very much. And yeah, £5 is the price of the pint these days, isn't it? So I appreciate that, man. Matt says, Richarlison for Vardy or Tony and Maddison / Havertz. If you could go straight from Richarlison to Vardy, then that's a pretty good transfer, to be fair. So it's a pretty good transfer. Erwin says, I'm chasing a 30-point difference. He has Kane and Son, and so do I. Who do I captain? I also have Bowen, 2 City defence, and Mount as a differential. I wouldn't be too confident with 2 City defence, to be honest, but I mean, let's see what happens there. Like, obviously, Kane is more differential as a captain than Son is. I don't know if they're going to see that coming, though. Like, will this person suspect that you're going to captain Kane to be differential and then captain Kane themselves? The best captain is Son, so maybe you just It's difficult. It's difficult. If you want to try and be differential, go Kane, but there's every chance he goes for Kane himself anyway. Son is the better captain, in my opinion, but we'll see what actually happens in real life. Bowen, I think, is a really nice differential, so is Mount, so I think you can be pretty good there. If Bowen and Mount can make the difference, then that's going to be pretty wicked, but 30 points is difficult to do. You might have to take a -4 and just go, for all in. Go absolutely all in. Bull says Bowen or Madders. I prefer Bowen personally. Olivier says thanks for the help, Dan, throughout the season. It's my absolute pleasure. It's my absolute pleasure. Richarlison, Coutinho to Tony/Luis Diaz, or Richarlison and Shaw to Tony and Alonso. So you got a few options there. The option that's standing out to me the most there is Richarlison and Coutinho to Tony and Luis Diaz. So that's the one I would go for. And thank you for the very generous super chat. I do appreciate that. Global Lordism, that's an interesting name, says thanks for the tips this season. KDB or Trent Alexander-Arnold captain, chasing, thank you. KDB, I mean, you can't really go wrong with KDB, but at the same time, Trent could actually be a pretty wacky captain. Like, if you want to go hard, if you want to go super differential, Trent Alexander-Arnold captain could be pretty insane, to be fair. I kind of like that. But obviously KDB is the more sensible captain. Andrew says he's giving me his team. Schmeichel, Robbo, Matip, Alonso, Cancelo, Laporte, Saka, Bowen, Son, KDB and Vardy. Sounds good. Hell yeah, that sounds good. You've got a really good team there. The only thing you're really missing is, it would be nice to have a triple Spurs, but I mean the team is good. Maybe if I had to change one thing, I'd make. But I don't know if it's worth a -4 necessarily. But Laporte to a Sessegnon maybe could be pretty interesting actually. Or unless you can maybe get some more attackers, because it is going to be the game week of the attackers. Final game week of the season is usually very few clean sheets. So defenders, I'm going to be looking to play 3 at the back. I might go 4 at the back, but I definitely would not be. I'm definitely not going to be playing 5 at the back this game week. I can tell you that for sure. Someone in the chat says, it's Patrick, says goodbye bench list. I just don't think it's worth a bench list, to be fair, this week. There's not enough bench related questions today, and there's just so many other questions that I got to try and get through that I don't know. Dylan says unbelievable season, Danny boy. Any leaks or last minute news on KDB regarding potential injury? Well, I mean, as far as I know, KDB has been carrying this injury for a while, for quite a long time. So I don't think that's anything new, really. Look, Man City have to win this game. A draw is not going to be good enough. They have to play their best players. And Aston Villa are no mugs. KDB will play, unless there is a serious injury, and I don't think it is. I think it's an ongoing, recurring injury. This is the final game for the season for Man City. KDB really, really should play in this game. I'd be surprised if he doesn't. I'm not saying I know for 100% sure. I don't know any more than a lot of you guys do, but I would be super surprised if KDB didn't start against Aston Villa in this final game of the season. It's the last game. As soon as this game is done for De Bruyne, that's it. He's got the summer to recover. And he'll go again with Haaland as an attacking partner next season. But as for now, yeah, I wouldn't worry. If you're a KDB owner, I wouldn't worry. Wouldn't worry about it. I really wouldn't. Right, should we try and see if we can find any? Oh, okay. Apparently we've got some news. We've got some team news. Okay, I think Andy has basically said that Salah is on the bench. So there you go, guys. That's the confirmation for you. Andy actually has a link to he knows someone involved with Liverpool. So he's got an in the know within Liverpool. He's always good for Liverpool news. So there you go, guys. If Let's Talk FPL says Salah is benched, probably means that Salah is benched. That's pretty trustworthy. So, guys, if you do have Salah in your team, he's the guy to sell. Right. Let's on that news. I wasn't a real stutter, by the way. I'm just saying news. On that news, let's do a poll. Who is the best Salah replacement? And we'll see what you guys think. And I'm not going to put all midfielders. I'm gonna put Kane in there as well. And let's put there might be a player who's missing from this poll, but I'm going to put a poll up now for the best the best Salah replacement, and you guys can kind of see. Well, you just vote for who you think, and the wisdom of the crowd is usually correct. Well, I say usually correct. It's usually a pretty good guideline. So whatever you guys vote on that one, we will soon see what the best answer is. And of course, if you guys already own one of the players on the list, and you still think they're the best option, still vote for the best option. And then we'll kind of see what the second best option is, I guess. Addict Gamenstein says, whom should I captain for gaining 35 points on my leader? God, that is a tough one. That is a tough... Yeah, I mean... Son, like I keep saying, Son is a good captain. I would say maybe Mason Mount. You've got 35 points to gain. That is a big... You need to make a big gap. So you need to take a real risk here that probably won't pay off. Don't get me wrong, it probably won't pay off. Mason Mount could be your solution there. He really could be. If he starts, you know, could be pretty good. Could be pretty good. Dan Cross says, cool kids vote for Mane. That's the Liverpool bias coming in there. It's a Liverpool bias. Mate, come on. Sonny's absolutely smashing this poll, by the way. Absolutely killing it. Kane getting relatively few votes actually here. Does that mean I need to kind of throw away the Kane idea and go for like a Mane instead? I mean, let's see what I can do here. I mean, who would I take out? That's the difficult question. I guess it would have to be Zaha. Like, who's the second most unpopular? De Bruyne. I think I do prefer Mane to De Bruyne personally. So that would put me 0.5 under budget. So I'd have to make one more transfer move somewhere. I could maybe do like... I could either go for Tony instead of Richarlison or Ings, or I could take out cash and go for Cess. Just that so that I stay on the triple... stay on the triple of Chelsea there. Spurs there. And then just hope that Kane doesn't do anything and Mane does. Kind of like that, not going to lie. But it means that I have to play one of Richarlison or Ings. And I think I would play Ings. Like, that is really bold to play Ings, you know, but I don't mind that. I don't mind that. It will be a 4-5-1 formation. Hey, I mean, I'm considering it. Like I say, I'm going to wait for some team news and make some instinctive decisions. But that is certainly something that I can consider. Certainly. But yeah, Son is smashing the polls. De Bruyne is coming in second there. Mane then next, and then Kane after. But it's pretty much the Son show. So I think what we're basically saying, guys, is if you have Salah and you don't have Son, Salah to Son. Salah to Son is the one. Let's see if there's any more leaks anywhere. Steve reckons he's got some big Chelsea news at 1:30, but Steve is also a notorious troll. Lovely guy, but a notorious troll. So I don't know. Let's see if we can find any more team news, guys. I'll give that one a like. That's pretty funny. I'll keep an eye out, guys, if we can see anything. You guys might have to let me know as well. Yeah, I've not seen anything like this morning, but I'm sure there will be stuff coming up. Someone's asking for Leicester team news. I got nada. I got nothing. The guy to follow for Leicester team news is Sam Martin, but I don't know if he'll have the news or not. Well, what's he saying? He says, hey, good man, do you reckon Vardy plays today? And Sam has said, I do. I expect us to be close to full strength, personally. It's unlikely I'll find out for definite, as A, had a run-in with Rodgers at the awards and got an extremely passive-aggressive telling off. Yeah, I heard about that. And B, I've got a game myself this morning. So, yeah, I don't know if Sam's going to find out the news. And he's had a telling off. Oh, well, bless him. Oh, dear. let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Anything else of interest? Richarlison in or out? I don't know. It depends if he plays. Like, I don't know if he will. I don't know if Richarlison is going to play or not this game week. Genuinely. SO says get Trippier and Havertz, Dan. Yeah, I'm not gonna like. I like my midfielders too much. I'm on the wrong page again. All right, I like my midfielders too much to take out any of them for Havertz. If I'm taking out one of my midfielders, it's to get a premium, like a serious player in. Mane would probably be the only player in my team I would consider removing Zaha for. So I don't know. Jake Zephos says Tony or Sessegnon if only one. I actually genuinely do prefer Sessegnon to Tony this game week. The problem is a lot of people are already tripled up on Spurs. It's pretty crazy. Dan Cross says the deadlines need to be post team news. This is too much. Yeah, it is frustrating not knowing the team news, but that's part of FPL, trying to make predictions and calculating these kind of things based on a number of different things. You can never get it 100% right. It's really a difficult science. In fact, it's not a real science at all. But it's part of the fun, isn't it? It's part of the pain as well, don't get me wrong. But I tell you what, the elation I will get if all of my players start, you know, pretty crazy. Alex Watts in the chat says Kulu to Ericsson for a -4. Definitely not. Definitely not. I mean, I'm going to be keeping Kulusevski kind of at all costs. Chandra says, Dan, don't really forget to do your transfers today. I'm going to, well, it's, annoyingly, I'm going to be on the train when I have to do my transfers, which is risky. Really risky, to be fair. I don't know, maybe I need to actually go early on my transfers, but I'm just waiting. I just really want some team news. Really want some team news. I don't think I'm going to get it. I don't know if I'm going to get it. If I don't have it by the time I have to get on my train, I'll probably just send the transfers. Because the last thing you want is to lose signal on your mobile phone whilst on a train in the final game week of the entire season. Website and app just crashed again. Be careful. All right. Well, I'll make sure I go pretty early then. It's just annoying. But you know, a lot of people are going to be waiting until the last minute to make their transfers this week. I hope the FPL website is prepared for that. But yeah, making transfers on the train is just not the one, right? Jay Kessel says, thanks for this season, Dan. Will Share start despite the head injury? I don't think there's any real strong reason for Share to start. I would not be too confident about that one. Sophie says, platform transfers only, mate. I've fallen victim to that myself. Yeah. I mean, I'm not on the tube, to be fair. I'm not going to be on the tube. The first train I'm on, anyway, is not on the tube. I'm going to be overground. So, like, there is tunnels, obviously, but might be good. Might be good. Emiliano Martinez has been rested, or is going to be rested. That's the big news going around on Twitter at the moment. I don't know. Who's this from? Who's this from? Like, it'd be interesting to see. I mean, let's get on. Let's get and see if Team News and Ticks has anything. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. Not really a leak, but all of you guys are... Okay, everyone's travelled. Everyone is travelled for the Spurs team other than Romero. Let's see if he's replied to anything interesting. Yeah, I don't know. He's not really saying anything at the moment. FPL Villain. Yeah, to be fair, if you're starting Martinez, you're mental. But what that does factor into is, does that improve our Man City attackers? Does that improve the amount you're going to kind of want De Bruyne? Don't know. I don't know. I mean, who has been the main backup keeper? I mean, has anyone else played for Aston Villa this season? Who is likely to start? I mean, I'm sure you guys, like Aston Villa fans, are screaming at me right now. I mean, I always think of it as Steer, because He's the FPL asset, right? But he is not even at the club. Neither is Marshall. So I'm guessing it's Robin Olsen because he's actually not a bad goalkeeper. Or maybe they're playing the young guy, Sinisalo, who I haven't heard of. But maybe they're playing the young guy. But Olsen, Robin Olsen's a decent goalkeeper. So maybe they're playing him. And to be fair, Martinez has had a bit of a stinker season. He's had a bit of a stinky season, to be fair. Pretty stinky. Pretty stinky. So it might actually be a good thing for Aston Villa. You never know. Connor says we'll be doing a bench list. Not today, no. No, I don't think so. People asking about the food poisoning in the Tottenham camp. Everything is, yeah, that's like, don't worry about that. It happened, but it's nothing. It happened a while ago now. So everyone is pretty good by this point. We're expecting full strength Spurs today, other than Romero. That'll be the only major missing player, I guess. It's all a mind game, someone says in the chat. Yeah, could be. Leicester team news. I've got no Leicester team news, I'm afraid. I've got nothing. I don't have any insiders. Maybe I should get some insiders, but I mean, I'd soon be baited out, wouldn't I? Pingu with the super chat again. Thank you so much, Pingu. Going for it. Who would you captain to maximise points in the mini league? Person above me has Son and below has Kane. Captain between Kane, Mount, Bowen and Tony. Need points. Well, Son is just the best captain, right? But Kane is a good captain as well. The person below you has Kane and the person above you doesn't, I'm guessing. So in that sense, then maybe you just pray that Kane does better than Son and captain Kane. But Mount, have a little bit concerned that Mount won't play, which is why I won't consider captaining Mount myself. I say I won't be considering it. I am considering captaining Mount, but it seems a little bit too bold for me. But if he does play, man, that could be big. Make a free hit video. Man, videos take like many hours to make. We don't have enough hours. Oliver says, just hopped on. Any team news since yesterday? The only team news we have is Salah's not playing. Apparently we've got the full. Someone said we've got the full Leicester team somewhere. I mean, guys, if you can tell me where it is. Okay, right. All right, there we go. Right, team news and ticks which was the what I was checking just before. It says, I'm told Leicester are full strength. I asked specifically about Barnes because you guys asked. He starts. So, basically, go all in on those Leicester boys if you want to. Go in on Jamie. I mean, that means kind of Jamie Vardy's going to be playing. So, let's have a look at my own team here quickly, guys. See if I can do something interesting or not. Can I get in Vardy? And if I get in Vardy, can I get in someone else who is kind of interesting? Can I go something big here? Like Zaha to... Ooh. Would I... do I really want to do that? Do I really want to swap out Zaha for Luis Diaz? Don't know. I mean, that's good for Maddison. If you're considering going for Maddison, I would consider going for Maddison there. Now, Maddison and Vardy, like, this is a good game. Leicester at home to a very on the beach Southampton team. That's a good game. Yeah. Maybe I think about Vardy. Or, is there anything else interesting I can do? Like, can I keep Zaha and upgrade one of my defenders? Like, can I upgrade a cash? I've got 6.8 to play with. Is there any defender I want that's like a premium defender? Like, if I got news that Reece James starts, then these two transfers look pretty nice. But I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, would I just bank a load of money and go for Cess? And go for Cess and Vardy? It's an option. and keep Zaha there. Don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of scared. Jarvis says, question. Sterling and Weghorst to Bowen and Vardy. Kind of like that. Saka to Bowen. No, I don't think I would do Saka to Bowen, Nadish. I would keep Saka. Foden, yes or no? I mean, I'm not looking to move to Foden, to be honest. I'm not looking to move to Foden. Like that looks okay. I'd take a -8. Just go all in. Just take a -8 and just go, like, is there anyone big for 9 million-ish? Like, a real difference maker. Let's sort by transfers in. Usually it gives you a good rough idea. No one really up that high. I don't think... I mean, then I would have too many players. I don't know who I would even bench at that point. So that wouldn't work. But I could just do... I could get Vardy and Luis Diaz. Like, this is good. This is good. And this is what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to paint a picture of some different options. And that's kind of starting to unfold. Now we're getting little bits of team news. And as more team news comes in, then we will get better and better idea. Any news on Chelsea? I got nothing. I wish I did. We'll be keeping an eye on it though, guys. Let's go back to let's go back to team news and ticks to see if they've got anything else. Don't know. Nothing right now. I'm going to disappear soon. Vardy is benched? I don't know. I don't know where you're getting that from. We're hearing that Vardy is first choice team are playing for Leicester full strength, which means Vardy is playing. Vardy is part of that full strength team. There you go, Vardy's playing. Like, I don't mind that. Like, can I back Vardy to do better than Kane? That's the question. Do I back Vardy to do better than Kane? Don't know that I do. I mean, I could take a -8 to be fair. Like I keep saying, like, I'm pretty much like just want to have fun this final game week, really. Just want to have some fun. Dude, right. The question is, right, let's do this for example. Oh, I need to just stop that. Do Sessegnon, Luis Diaz and Vardy outscore Richarlison, Zaha and Dan Burn by more than 8 points? Yes, they do. But I don't even need to make 3 transfers if I just keep Zaha. So Zaha versus Luis Diaz is really my question. Or unless I go for Mane. I'm basically between... I'm going to go for one more premium, and it's between Kane, Vardy and Mane at this point. Like I said, I'm just going to go gut. If I do go for Vardy, the good thing is that I can also afford Luis Diaz. And then I kind of cover both. But if I do that, it means I have to play Dan Burn, which is not something I really want to do. So then it would leave me to take it in a position where I'm taking a -4 again to the -8 total, and Sessegnon will come in. Am I feeling it? It's bold. It's bold. I mean, it would be nice to not back Kane. Like, I don't want Kane to do well, and he's so template. Kane is so template, and if we're gonna have some fun, we need to not go template. Do we take a -8 for real? Like, am I crazy enough to take a -8 on the final day of the season? It would finish the season in style. Have we got any more? We got any more leagues? I'm looking for Chelsea. I'm looking for Chelsea leagues, really. All right, this is this is a don't trust apparently. So let's make sure we block this guy. Always good to, like, if you see someone who is kind of been outed as a fake team news, just block them, because they will keep trying to give you fake news until they get one right, and then they end up trying to like gas themselves up about it. Like, the argument between Maddison and Barnes now is kind of Maddison. I would go for Maddison now. Like, Maddison is a player I'd be pretty happy to go for. Can I afford? All right, let's just Uno reverse card. Can I afford Maddison? I mean, I'm going back massively. I'm just playing around with some stuff. And Kane, no, I can't. I can't afford Maddison and Kane, so that's not an option. So it'd have to be the other way around. It would have to be Vardy and someone else. Yeah, just Kane is so expensive, right? So I'm going for a Leicester player. It's pretty much Vardy or no one. Maddison's not really an option for me personally. I like him as a shout, but I just don't think it's an option for me. I quite like this. I quite like this -8. I can't lie, guys. I quite like this -8. It's pretty spicy, right? Yeah. Yes, it's very spicy. Man, I mean, I've not owned Sessegnon, Diaz, or Vardy all season either. Could be pretty big. Right, guys, I actually need to go. Like I say, there's so many streams going on right now who I assure you will give you all of the team news that you could possibly desire. Keep an eye on Twitter. There's a few accounts that are worth following. The big accounts typically won't lie to you. I mean, if you've got a big account, you've got a big account for a reason. This account is one of my favourites for team news, so keep an eye on that one. But aside from that, guys, I'm going to have to leave you on your own. I'm so sorry. I've got to go to the Arsenal game. I'm off to see the mighty arse. Like I say, if you see me there, do say hello. Yeah, we'll maybe see if any of you guys are there. We'll maybe do like a mini meet up and just have a little quick debrief. And maybe have a quick debrief after the game, if any of you guys are there or in and around the area. I'll put a tweet out. Right, guys, thank you so much. We've got a super chat. Nikyle says, what do you plan on doing after the FPL is over? There's going to be so much content. I'm not stopping. I'm not taking a break. There's going to be loads and loads of stuff. I'll keep you guys abreast of these things on Twitter, maybe Instagram, maybe on YouTube. But yeah, guys, I'm off. Thank you so much for this season. It has been an absolute mad one. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in all season. You guys are absolute legends, and from the bottom of my heart, good luck for Gameweek 38. You guys are going to smash it. You guys are good FPL managers. Like, I see you guys chatting. You guys are like always suggesting such good transfer moves and stuff like that. You got this. You have got this. So make all your FPL dreams come true. You're going to do it, and I hope to see a few of you guys over on Twitter, and whilst we kind of talk about all the action live. And then don't worry, there'll be so much more content after the season ends as well. Hope to see a few of you guys there as well. But if I don't, I'll catch you on the next season, guys. And yeah, I will see you later, mates, for the final time this season. Bye-bye.